devastation from the war in Ukraine has hit home for so many citizens there. And one 27-year-old Ukrainian fighting on the front lines has suffered devastating injuries in an explosion. But with his wife by his side for every moment of his recovery, their love has endured. ABC's James Longman has their story in tonight's Prime Focus. And we do warn you that some of the images may be difficult to watch.
I'm at a military hospital in central Kyiv to meet Andriy and Alina Smolensky.
Andriy, what would you like? There you go. Shake your hand like that.
Andriy lost both arms and his sight fighting for his country in the spring. His recovery has been long, but for every step, his wife Alina has been by his side.
The first thing I have to say is when I'm sitting in front of you, you haven't stopped touching. You're so close.
The couple met 5 years ago. They were just 22, but Andriy knew that Alina was the girl for him.
We were talking and talking and talking, and I just loved it, you know.
They were married after just 3 months and settled into life together. But when the war came, Andriy didn't hesitate to sign up.
I have a great career. I have my home. I have my lovely wife. I have my hopes and dreams for my future too, you know. There's so much I love here, so I really need to protect it. That's it.
What was your feeling when he went off to war?
Of course, I was scared a lot.
You couldn't change his mind?
Yeah, I couldn't change his mind.
Did you want to change his mind?
No. I love him as he is. So if he was another person, if he had another mind, I don't know if I'd love him.
After a brief time in the infantry around Bakhmut, Andriy was reassigned to a reconnaissance drone unit. He was promoted to sergeant, but one day in the trenches, monitoring Russian troop movements, he became the target himself.
After I start taking out from the trench to take the UAV, basically this is the last moment I remember. I just get out from the trench like that. And my partner, he thought I was dead, because it got blown right next to my head and my hands, because I get out from the trench.
I see, so you reached out from the trench towards the drone,
Yeah.
And in that moment there was a mine there.
I get conscious at that moment, and also start shouting hey, hey, R, much practical, get the car,
You were shouting orders?
Yeah.
So you didn't know what had... A mine essentially exploded in your face.
Yeah, kind of.
And you were still shouting orders at your men.
Yeah, I was shouting orders all the time.
Back in Kyiv, Alina was receiving the terrible news.
It was a military psychologist. He asked me to sit down, and he said that there are two news for me, and the good news is that Andriy is alive, and the sad news is that he doesn't have his arms, and he didn't know if he had his eyes.
It was devastating to hear, and Alina broke down. But then her practical side kicked in. She packed her stuff in 15 minutes and travelled to be with her husband.
You just couldn't wait to get to him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And what was it like when you saw him for the first time?
You know, I felt happy that I'm with him, that he's not alone, that I am not alone too, that we are together, because we are family. And I was really happy to be with him.
Doctors were rushing to save Andriy's life. Alina could only watch.
Who taught you to be this strong? It's amazing. It's amazing for you to say, I'm grateful to be with him in that moment. That's very generous, you know?
Maybe.
Where did you learn this?
I don't know. I don't know. I just love my husband, and I appreciate every moment I can be with him.
To be honest, my heart is shrinking each time I hear the story from Marina. Like, I feel really bad for that, because I feel my responsibility for the way I came back from the war. I don't upset of what I did. I don't want to change my past, you know. But at the same time, I'm really grateful to the God, basically, that I'm alive and that I'm sane, because all the shrapnel went to my face. Like, this, something you see now is a hard work for doctors, like a huge team that restore piece by piece all my face, my eyes, my mouth, my nose, and everything.
And what does it mean to you to have Alina?
It's everything for me. Like, I'm not sure that I would be that strong now if I didn't have my wife with me all this time.
Doctors come in to apply fresh bandages. Every day, Andriy is learning to adapt to his new life. Alina films these doctors at work. She's also learning how to help him. But Andriy does have moments of sadness, the realization he will likely never see again.
When I realized that my whole life disappeared now, and my dreams disappeared now, my career disappeared now, and the next time I'm gonna come to Carpathian Mountains, hiking with my wife, I won't have possibility to take her hand and see her smiling. And that was something really hard for me.
Do you think of I think I know the answer to this question, but do you think of yourself as a hero?
For all my life, I did what I think is right. I don't like the word hero.
Do you think he's a hero?
What is the definition of the word hero?
Someone who does something heroic, which is bigger than himself, maybe.
All the time I know him. He tried to do what is better for all the people around the world, and he tried to do something great in his life. I think maybe it's okay for a definition of the word hero.
You have that way that many Ukrainians have this strength where they don't think anything they do is special. They just think, well, it's just life.
Yeah, that's true. Because.
But everyone, let me tell you now, everyone watching will think you are very special. And they'll think you're even more special because you don't think it yourself.
You know, everyone told me that, Alina, you are so strong. You are doing such a lot of things, but what I'm thinking about me, I don't think that I do something special. That's my husband, I love him. What else should I do? No, that's okay for me. That's not something heroic or exceptional for me.
Now, Stephanie, Alina and Andriy, just an extraordinary couple. It was such an honor to meet them. They are hoping for some kind of intervention from abroad, perhaps new technologies around prosthetics, hoping even, perhaps, to restore Andrei's sight. But for the moment, they've got each other. Stephanie?
They certainly do. What a difficult and emotional journey they've been on, but they have each other. We'd like to thank James Longman and our international team for that report and covering the day in and day out there in Ukraine.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.